everybody, welcome to ABC Gluten Free. Thank you for joining us today. I'm your host Dana, and this is my beautiful helper Sophia.
Hi. And
Jeremiah will be coming in any second. And we are so glad you tuned in today because we know, here he is, hey Bubby boy. We know it's a beautiful day, and we know that some of you are watching our show today from the beach, and we appreciate you tuning in. Thank you for spending some time with us. And some of you are watching home in your bed or in a hospital bed or maybe just lounging outside by the pool. And we thank you guys for tuning in. So we really want to get started because we want to make this quick and snappy and delicious. So we're going to get right to work, right, Sophia? So we hope you guys BYON, right?
Bring your own napkin.
Bring your own napkin because you're definitely going to be drooling over this fantastic recipe we have for you. I don't know if we're going to have time for everything, but we're definitely going to get to our first recipe, which is our, anybody know what this is? You want to comment on the bottom? We'd love to hear what you think about it. This is a squash. It is a summer squash, and it's called a, Sophia, you want to tell them what it is?
I forget.
You forget. Costata romanesco squash. Now, this is an Italian squash, and it's from the Roman Empire of some sort. So we're very grateful that the seeds came all the way over to us in America. And we can find this costata romanesco at Argos Farms. No, but you're going to stop because we're not going to start yet. Sophia's cutting this, and it's beautiful like a sunburst. It's really, really nice. And Jeremiah and her are going to actually, hold on a second. They're going to actually be doing the triple dip. Now, if you guys have tuned in before, you know what our triple dip is. We do flour, then some type of liquid. We're not doing any eggs. We have milk here, that is just the almond milk, and then we do our flour. I'm going to talk to you about those in a little bit, but Sophia is going to actually, I don't know what she's doing. She's holding it under her chin. You exercising or something? We did our exercise today already, and we're ready to go. So, you know, we just want to share this batter versus breadcrumb with you. And we know it's like a big question with people. We get a lot of questions about it. So we're going to explain to you, this is going to be the batter, the breadcrumb is the triple dip, and then we're going to do the batter later, but we're going to be deep frying both of our items today, which is our costata squash. Now Sophia's going to show you the breadcrumb version, and then we're going to show you the batter version. So she's going to use half of this for the breadcrumb, half of this for the breadcrumb, and half of it for the batter. And Jeremiah and her are going to get that triple dipped. Jeremiah will take a baking sheet with parchment on it in a few minutes, but we want to get started. So while she's cutting, I'm going to talk to you about our triple dip breadcrumb. Today we're using Josie's Coat of Oats. Sorry if you guys, this is backwards on Facebook Live, but for those of you watching on live stream, it's perfectly fine. Josie's Coat of Oats is oats with seasonings in it. So we're going to use that for our breadcrumb. And then we're going to get to the second part, but this will be the last dip. So the last dip goes right over here. Excuse me, Sophia.
Well, you got to put it in order.
And then for the first, this is the last one. So this way, and then, no, because you go to the baking sheet that way. You go from left to right always.
We're not friends.
You always go from left to right. Yes, but we have to put them on the baking sheet first. We have to do things in order.
But I got to go this way because I'm used to it.
Alright, whatever. And then for our flour, we're using the Really Great Food Company all-purpose flour. It's great for everything. We're going to be using this for our triple dip and for our batter up. So if I get it open, okay, great. I'm going to be using about half a cup to 3/4 of a cup of Josie's Coat of Oats and 3/4 of a cup of, because I'm going to put half a cup in the first, and then I'm going to put 1/4 of a cup in the last one. And I want to explain to you why I'm doing that. So what we're doing is, when we make the breadcrumb coating, we want the flour and the breadcrumb to be mixed. Now normally, we would have to put seasoning in this, but since it already has the seasonings in the Josie's Coat of Oats, we don't have to do that. And we're going to keep this nice and mixed. So first what we're going to do is, the zucchini, the squash, has to be dry in order for it to accept the batter or the breadcrumb and for it to stay on. So if you've made something in the past and you're like, oh, it slid right off, it's because your item was not dry. So you're either going to paper towel dry this, or you're going to do what Sophia's doing, and she's going to dip it in the flour first, then the wet, and then the dry. I know it seems kind of ridiculous to like wet it and then dry it again, but that's what you have to do. And you always want to keep one hand wet and one hand dry. You only want to do it with one hand, so that this hand, if you needed it for something else, it would actually be okay. You can go grab something.
You said one hand wet, one hand dry.
Yeah, you keep this hand completely dry, clean.
Oh, I thought you meant flour.
No, so pick one hand to do it with. Jeremiah, can we have the baking sheet with parchment on it, please? And then what you're going to do is just kind of tap it. I like to tap the edges. Jeremiah, you can come and help Sophia with this. And then we've got our nice breaded zucchini. Now, growing up, this was a very, this was like a normal thing in our household. My grandmother would do chicken cutlets, and she would do zucchini. This is one of my favorite things, fried zucchini. Love it. Now, she pan-fried it, but today we're going to deep fry it because, you know, it's yay, fried food. We love fried food. We know we get a lot of negative comments about it, but sorry. I grew up on the boardwalk. You can take the girl off the boardwalk, but you can't take the boardwalk out of the girl. And I'm not going anywhere, so we're going to fry this up. Right, Jeremiah? Fry it up. Fry, yay, fried food. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to move this stuff a little bit over so that we could actually put our baking sheet right over here. Let me put this right here. And Jeremiah, you can help Sophia. Are you okay, honey?
No, I want Bubby to help.
Yeah, he's going to help. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to stack up these zucchini, this costata romanesco squash. Now, if you notice, it kind of looks like a romanesco cauliflower, same kind of colors, same appearance, you know, it's got the same color. And it really does have like that starburst look on it. So, Sophia, can you show them up close? The inside, the squash, what it looks like? The starburst, so they could see the scalloped. It's got a scalloped edge. Don't go too close. It's got a scalloped edge. You can see that scalloping around it. It's really very, very cool. And it really does taste delicious. Now, I love any kind of zucchini, yellow, green, white, whatever. I usually buy all of my zucchini from Kerwicki's farm. And this one I just happened to find at the farmer's market because, you know, you guys know that already, right? I know most of my friends know it.
I'm going to say it. I said it backwards.
I love farmer's markets. Woo, woo. I really do because I just love talking to the farmer. I can ask them all my questions. I found strawberries that don't have hay or straw on the bottom of them. And, you know, you can ask them everything. So, yes, I love farmer's markets. I admit it. Okay. Now, you guys, you all know that I love farmer's markets. What's Jeremiah doing? Come on, honey. All right, so while Sophia's doing triple dip, why are you over there?
Because you made it so I can't reach it.
No, you could just move it over here, honey. I just wanted to move it so they could actually see the zucchini on the... Why is it so dark today? I don't know why. All right, so we're going to just continue to do that. And while Sophia and Jeremiah are doing that, I am going to get the batter ready. The batter is really super, super simple. So if you guys watched the show last week, we made a really nice, we did pies versus tarts last week, right? Was that last week? Last week, right?
No, all pies on me.
All pies on us, right? So we made a nice pie crust. And we have that pie crust, and what I was going to do was make a nice costata with our costata squash. I was going to make a summer squash like a galette. I don't think we're going to have time to do that, but I would love to share it with you, maybe at another time. But we were ready with this. We were ready with this. And Sophia made a beautiful pie crust. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to make the batter. So this is kind of like a cross between a tempura batter and like, you know, a mozzarella stick batter. Now, sometimes you'll get a mozzarella stick that has breading on it. Sometimes you get a mozzarella stick with a batter on it. We want to hear which one you like better. So if you guys can comment below whether you like batter versus breadcrumb better batter, or better breadcrumb. Which one do you like better? That's definitely a tongue twister. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 3/4 of a cup of the Really Great Food Company all-purpose flour. I'm going to put it right into our bowl. And then I'm going to take just about 2 tablespoons of Josie's Coat of Oats. And the reason why I'm doing this is because it has a lot of flavor in there. It's already got the spices, and it's got a little bit of that crunch. So we're kind of going to get a batter breadcrumb all in the same. I'm just eyeballing it, but I'm doing about 2 tablespoons, so you guys know. Then what I'm going to do is crack a can of our famous seltzer. Seltzer's good for everything, not just drinking. And I'm going to do about 3/4 of a cup of seltzer. So maybe I'll measure for you today. I want to be nice because everybody says, post a recipe. And I'm like, gotta watch the show. But I'll try my best. Alright, so then I'm going to mix this up. I'm not going to do any salt and pepper because I do believe it has a nice flavor to that Josie's Coat of Oats. And we've got the Really Great Food Company all-purpose flour, which goes great with anything. If you guys need any information, you can go to thereallygreatfoodcompany.com and check out all of their products online. They're all gluten, dairy, nut, soy-free, egg-free, dedicated facility. And then Josie's Coat of Oats is also gluten, dairy, soy, egg-free. I don't know about the nut-free. You would have to contact Josie's Coat of Oats. josiescoats@gmail.com. You can contact her. Okay, and thank you, Josie, and thank you, Scott and Marilyn, for being pantry partners with us. We love having you guys. All right, so I've got my batter ready. Sophia's doing the breadcrumb. Jeremiah is, I don't know. We did our exercise this morning today. He was nowhere to be found. Now I don't know where he went. He's chilling out. Jeremiah, can you actually go get this sauce started on the stove? And I do have the oven on 425 because I really wanted to do that crostata for you. We'll see. Alright, so I've got my batter. It's very loose. I want you to see that. Look how runny that is. Very runny. Now, the interesting thing is, remember, you also have to dry the zucchini again for the batter. So you can always keep that extra flour. I'm going to use this. Alright, so let's put this up. Just put that to the side for now. We're not baking that. That's going to go in the deep fryer. You could bake your zucchini 425 for about 7 to 10 minutes. You might want to spray it or sprinkle it with a little bit of olive oil or tiger nut oil, sunflower oil. No. I'm going to show them the sticks. So we're going to cut these. We're going to differentiate the zucchini from batter to breadcrumbs by doing sticks with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it. I'm standing it up. Can you see that? Sophia, can you move this stuff out of the way for me? I know, but move this stuff. I need this, but you can take this. Alright, so I'm going to cut down the side. And I'm going to make basically like a nice thin, not really that thin, I guess a thick cut. And I'm going to just go straight down. You guys are like doing nothing today? Jeremiah, stir that up. I'm going to cut this in half. You can cut when I'm done cutting. Then you can do the rest, okay? And then I'm going to make sticks out of this. And the cool thing I like about this is it like already has like a differentiating groove, so you know where to cut. All right? And we don't really have that many seeds that are craziness. Now, talking to Angela from Argos Farms, she was telling us, now this was very inexpensive. I want you guys to go buy some. It was like what was it? Buy two, get one free. And you want this because you can slice it up, you can do all of this and freeze it and have it for when you want it. I mean, it's amazing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dry our squash in this flour. This is just a Really Great Food Company regular flour. And I'm going to tap it off so I've gotten all 4 sides, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the ends. And what I'm going to do is dip it right into the batter. And then I'm going to toss this right into the fryer. Now, I know we're kind of moving really fast today, but we want you to be able to go to the beach, enjoy your weekend. This you could lay on parchment and put in the freezer, and it will really set very nicely. And then you'll have zucchini sticks for when you're hungry. You could just drop those right into the fryer like I'm doing now. Or you can just do it right on target like we are today. So if you brought your napkin and you're not drooling yet, I want you to just stick around because we're going to be frying both of these up for you. We're going to do the batter one and we're going to do the breadcrumb one. And if Jeremiah could just get that out of the freezer for me, I'm going to show you how we have it prepped. Jeremiah, can you get the zucchini out of the freezer for us? So I'm going to do 4 and 4 because I want to show you the difference. And since we're moving kind of quickly, you guys can see I'm just kind of keeping my one hand dirty and my one hand clean. The best tools you have in the kitchen are your hands. And if you guys are just going gluten-free, don't worry, because we've got plenty of recipes for you. On our live stream channel, we have over 200 or 300 shows. Some of those shows have 4 and 5 recipes in each. Now, I know that's a little bit crazy. We don't want to overwhelm you, but you can just kind of scroll through, look at the pictures, and see which one you want to decide on watching, and then let us know if you have any questions. So I've got the batter dipped down and ready to go. Now I'm going to actually clean this off real quick. Now, since I had my one clean hand, I could have went in there and taken these, but I wanted to share with you something. So we had prepared them earlier. So we have them on parchment paper. We have two rows. So can you see them? Now, what I would do if I was prepping ahead of time, I would take these and after they froze for about 20 minutes, I would just take them and put them right into the baggie, label them zucchini, and look at that. So you have a nice, you have a nice bag of zucchini ready to be fried. Jeremiah, you can put that away in the freezer. Now what I'm going to do is, this one's stuck together, so I'm going to actually let this go right into the fryer this way because I don't want to break it apart because the breadcrumb might come with it. So we're going to drop these into the fryer. What, baby?
Zucchini ring?
Whoa, a zucchini ring. That's a good one. Yeah. All right, don't cut any more because we have too much now. You can start if you want to. You don't want to do any more? What's the matter? What's the matter? Oh, all right, we'll leave it for now because we don't have enough room. So I've got the ones in the batter going. Now what I'm going to do is we're going to share some dips with you. So you don't have to do any more because we're not going to have any time or room. So what you would, if you're going to do something, you're going to have to put them on here. What's the matter? Come on, everybody. Come back in, everybody. Jeremiah, come on, honey. All right, so Sophia wants to show you the one that we put in the batter. And we're just, can I cross over you for a second? And we're just going to put it on the baking sheet with the parchment, and we would let that set in the freezer. But we're not going to do those right now. We're going to take this away. All right, you do that. Now, what Jeremiah's going to do is he's going to give us a little bit of that marinara sauce in a little, I've got you set up right over there, Jeremiah, on the love plate. And we're going to take that, and we're going to have our marinade sauce for our dip. Now, you can choose whatever you want to dunk your fried zucchini in, whether it's a batter or it's a breadcrumb. But today we chose 2 options for you. So since the batter was like a tempura, Sophia chose to do the coconut aminos, so we're going to get that ready. Sophia can put this away now. Yep. Don't do it, silly. It's not makeup. Let's put this away. I'm going to put this back into the freezer so these can set. No. And I'm going to let Sophia just take these and put these to the side for now, baby girl. No, the love plate. Take it.
You said the love plate is
the love plate.
For those.
Yes. So pick whichever one you want. I've got one over there, and I've got those 2, the chicken and the goat plate. All right, so I have my little strainer that I can pull out. My tempura ones, they look like they're almost done.
This is so cute.
Depends on if you like them crispy and brown.
The goat is cute.
All right, so take that away. So one thing I want to talk to you about is when you're frying, I do have a cooling rack, a baking sheet, and I have paper towel underneath.
This is for the marinade.
You don't want to put the paper towel on the cooling rack because then the zucchini will sit in the oil and that'll get all soggy and yucky. You want to do this and let it drain on here. And then if you wanted to keep it in the oven warm, you can put it in the oven, just remove the paper towel out and put this in the oven and let them stay warm. All right. Now your options for the fryer can be the China cap, the slotted spoon, or you could just use the good old tongs. Jeremiah's just, you enjoying yourself, honey? Can you take this and move it over there for a moment, please? take this.
You
All right, so we're getting ready.
First?
Yes, that would be great, honey. Thank you so much. Do we have time for the crostata?
No.
Why?
It's almost one.
Jeremiah, how much time do we have? Don't put it on top of the pizza. I've got dough rising. I've got Jeremiah trying to make space on our table. I wish you could see it right now, but it's funny. All right, so I'm going to just turn over our zucchini. I just want to look at it a little bit. I have time for crostata?
No, now that I'm cleaning the counters, you can.
Yes, we have time. We're going to do corn and zucchini crostata. Come on, Sophia.
How about just corn?
Just corn? We're going to do the crostata zucchini. Jeremiah, go away. I'll have the parchment paper on that round, please. And Jeremiah can cut the corn for us since he wants the corn on it. So what we're going to do is we've got corn from Kawicki's farm. If you guys didn't go to the farmer's market this week and you live locally, find your local farmer's market and go. Please. Because you'll get this. Look at this. Got nice corn. Alright, so you take all the silk off the corn and throw that away.
This is the worst part.
No whining, no complaining.
Okay.
Alright, it's almost done. And Sophia's going to do our... Yeah, take this away, please. Alright. So Jeremiah gave us a piece of parchment paper and our pizza screen. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take the parchment paper. I'm going to put some oil on it. And I'm just going to take some of our dough from last week, our pie crust. You could use pizza dough, but a crostata is more like a tart.
Don't you dare.
Or, what else would you call this? Crostata. What?
Food.
No, what would you call this? This would be like...
A pizza.
No, it's not a pizza.
An open pizza.
Yeah, I don't know. Sophie, could you get the plastic wrap, please, and come over here? Jeremiah, could you go over there and cut the corn off of the cob for me, please?
Cut it off the top.
Yes. All right, so it's a crostata. I don't know what else you call it. It's like a... I can't think of the name of it for some reason. Plastic wrap. Thank you, Sophia. Here, bring this back. So we're just going to make a nice circle. Here, you put that away. We're going to do a quick pie crust circle. It's like an open crostata.
I think it's ready.
All right, leave it for a minute, please. Here, you want to do this? You can just push and turn, push and turn, push and turn, push and turn. That's what the plastic wrap and the parchment are good for. And we've got our oven on 425, which I had mentioned to you before. Where are you going? Where's everybody going? Jeremiah, you have the tomato sauce ready, right? All right, I'm going to lift up our basket because our fried zucchini looks like it's almost done. We've got our breadcrumb and our batter together in the fryer. And then we're just going to kind of plate those gently. I just want to roll out this dough a little bit more so that I can get a nice, large crostata. Crostata for the crostata. Now, crostata is like an Italian term for this type of open-faced vegetable pie, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so normally you can choose if you want to put cheese down or not, or no cheese. Sometimes we do a regatta mascarpone, little very thin layer. But Sophia's going to actually give me the sliced zucchini that you had, the circles that you cut in half. You had half moons. The half moons zucchini. The half moon costata squash. And I'm going to actually just layer this on. First, I'm going to do a little bit of olive oil. And I'm going to just use my hands to kind of spread it around. Now remember our pie crust from last week? We used, you could use Kerrygold or you could use You could use Earth Balance, whatever you like. Now, normally I would have nice cuts and like layer them, but today we're just kind of getting it out there for you because we wanted to be able to do both. And obviously, Sophie, I'm going to need a little bit more zucchini, please. Now, for the crostata, what I'm doing is just kind of layering. Can you see that? I'm layering it in a nice circle shape. And I'm going to turn in the edges. Can I have some more zucchini, please? Thank you. I'm going to turn in those edges of the pie crust. So you just kind of roll it or fold it in using your hand. You got some oil on there. It's perfect. This is a more of a rustic type of an item, which is really how I love it. But Sophia's got these. I think these are just way too fat. So I'm going to kind of slice them thin. You want them to cook the same. All right, just hold on. Hold on to that. So I'm just going to put the rest in the middle here. I feel like I'm rushing a little bit, but you guys get the point. You don't need any more of those. Jeremiah's going to just kind of drape the corn over the top. Jeremiah can put some corn on the top. And here, put it down so we can see what you're doing, honey. You're doing it in front. He's putting a lot of corn on there. And, you know, you can put some herbs, some fresh basil, all right. That's enough. Spread it out. You can put some fresh parsley, which we have today. We've got some nice fresh parsley. You can put a little bit of tomato sauce on the top and then bake it in the oven, okay? So he's going to go take care of that, put it in the oven for about 12 to 15 minutes. We may not have enough time to show you the actual finished crostata, but we will definitely put up a picture for you, all right? Where's Jeremiah? I'm going to put up a picture for him, for everybody?
Yeah.
Jeremiah would do that for me. Thank you. All right, so this crostata squash has a lot of vitamins in it, vitamin A, vitamin C. You want to maybe look it up and see if it's right for you, but for me, my body feels really good eating zucchini. And when you have a restricted diet like we do, if you're no gluten, no dairy, no soy, for me with a heart condition, I have no bovine, no turkey, no cruciferous vegetables. So sometimes it gets a little tricky coming up with things. But being that this is a vegan dish, we are using a non-GMO sunflower oil that we're frying in, we hope that this maybe pleases your palate as much as it does ours. So for the tempura battered one, Sophia's going to bring it up now. Sophia, we can make more, honey. Just bring it over. I have, I chose a really delicious dip for mine. Now, you may not think this is delicious, but I've got cherry rhubarb jam. It's a very loose, it's more like a shrub. Have you guys heard of a shrub? And I'm just going to pour some into a little dish. And that's going to be my dip. Oh, good job, honey. Did you put it where the O is? Did you put this where the O is? Take a picture. All right, so here's our breadcrumb, right? We've got a nice golden. I'm going to have a little bite of this. Oh, we hope you guys brought your own napkin, right? Because we definitely, my mouth is drooling. And this brings back just such great memories for me. Being with my family. Actually, my brother loved this dish. And I just, you know, it helps to remember him in a good way. All right, so let's try this one first. Deliciousness all the way.
Try it, Papa.
It's better than a mozzarella stick. And if you're dairy free, Come over here, honey. All right, now we've got the tempura battered one. Look at the difference. You see the difference? What happened here? Okay. You see the difference? This is the batter. This is the breadcrumb, right? Now I'm going to take my batter dipped one and I'm going to dunk it into this cherry rhubarb. Jeremiah's running away, but he would actually really like this. Sophie, you should try the cherry rhubarb. It's yummy.
Yeah.
So I've just kind of poured it on top. I'm going to take a bite. Jeremiah, are you going to try anything? Please?
Okay.
I'm going to dip it now in the coconut aminos.
Coconut amino.
It's so so hot. Don't bite it. It's so hot. It's super delicious. We've got our beautiful little tapas plates by Angela. She made us these beautiful Sterling. I hope I say her name right. They've got little different coffees on them. Sophia, he can dunk it in whichever one he wants. So I'm going to try the next one. And I'm going to put it in there because I want to try it. What's the matter? You wanted it? I'll make more.
You can't reach from here.
So, the only thing that I would do when the one that's kind of like tempura-ish comes out, sprinkle a little bit of salt on it. This one I do believe we had salt on it. I'm going to eat that last one. Tastes like a mozzarella stick on the outside because of the breadcrumbs, but on the inside, it's a delicious dairy-free zucchini. It's so yummy.
That one's better with that.
Which one? All right, Sophia, which one? Come over here, honey. Let's tell them which one you like the best because it's time to go. Come over here. All right, so breadcrumb versus batter. Which one you like better? Better batter or better breadcrumb? You like the batter better? Jeremiah, what about you? Batter better? Or you didn't have the breadcrumb one?
They're all gone.
I didn't realize. I'll make more so you could try it. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. We have our crostata in the oven. We'll show you that later. That's got our beautiful costata romanesco zucchini on it and the corn from Krowicki's. We had a delicious batter versus batter breadcrumb. I definitely like the breadcrumb because it reminds me of my grandmother and I just feel like it takes me back like 30 years. But the tempura batter is definitely super, super yummy. You guys go ahead and hopefully you'll try that. Thank you, Sophia, for all your help. Jeremiah, are we done for today?
Yep.
We'll be at Athletes in Action Soccer Camp tonight. We made some new gluten-free friends there, which is so awesome, and some homeschoolers. So if you guys are in the area, you want to check out Athletes in Action. They have 18 camps going around in the New Jersey area. If you're not from New Jersey, then you might want to check out your camps. But we love hanging out with Pastor Mike Del Prudy, and I'm missing his wonderful wife, Michelle. I hope to get to see you soon. But thank you guys for tuning in today. Thank you, Sophia, for your help. Thank you, Jeremiah, for all your help. We'll post a picture of the crostata when it comes out, guys. Thank you for tuning in today. We want you to come taste and see how good it is to be gluten-free. Ciao. Come on, baby. Come and say goodbye to everybody.
Aprons by REM Designs. Thank you to our pantry partners and fridge friends. Hair by Satinique, makeup by Artistry. Follow us on livestream, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, and YouTube at ABC Gluten Free. ABC Gluten Free is a production of American Buds.
God bless everybody. Have a great weekend, and thank you to Tina for tuning in to us even though you don't feel so well. So God bless you, and we'll be praying for you guys. Have a delicious weekend. Ciao.